What's going on, everyone? We're here today to talk a little bit more about this map, flat earth map of the moon. You can see here he said in his last episode, number 7, that's where he placed Polaris at the very edge of the flat earth, whatever map it is printed on. So here you see the moon map on the right and the other one on the left. You see where he placed Polaris. It's close to the edge of the flat earth, as we know. So I was looking at this a lot this week. I've been listening to this part 7 4 times, and so I decided to make this video today. So look where Polaris is, not quite in the middle, but close to the edge of the flat earth and in the middle, close to the middle of the moon. And now, if you probably will know where I'm coming from here. If you remember a few months ago, P-Brain, he made an excellent video. So here you see Polaris and the person right in the center of the flat earth, as we know. The Polaris 90 degrees above his head. But then, let's say this person moves about 3,000 miles away from the center of the flat earth. It could be the direction. In this case here is going towards South America. 3,000 miles will place Polaris at a 45 degrees angle, about 4,800 kilometers. Another 3,000 miles, when he is at the equator, Polaris will have reached the horizon line. As you see the pointing, the finger, saying Polaris right at the horizon for those who are at the equator. I myself have friends in Brazil, and we talked on Skype some time ago, and one of the guys, he lives right at the equator, so he is able to see Polaris 6,000 miles from the North Pole, from the center, about 9,600 kilometers. So you probably see where I'm coming from here. But if you haven't figured that out, I'm gonna show you here in details. Let's go back to the moon map. There you see Polaris on top and the equator at the red line, the center. Now Polaris is beyond the equator, close to the edge of the flat earth. So we got a problem here for those who are in Brazil, Singapore, like they shouldn't be able to see Polaris anymore. Look at this star trail from North Africa on the model that we have today. This one's from Beijing, from China, the model we have today. That one from Hawaii, based on the map we have today. This is in Japan. That's Polaris right there. I can see Polaris here, about 45 degrees, maybe higher than that. And that's from New Mexico. So you now know where I'm coming from. You see the problem with this moon map, his whole theory. That place is, for example, the equator, one side of the equator, over 12,000 miles from Polaris. It's an absurd image, more than that probably. Because if someone is in South America, Polaris would be way more distant. And remember, 6,000 miles, Polaris disappears in the horizon. So no one should be able to see Polaris from Hawaii, from New Mexico, from any of those distances, from China or anywhere, if his theory held any water. So I started looking a lot about this, study a little bit more, look at his map, and it's just impossible. And also, if you consider the constellations, okay, we have the constellations as we have today. For example, I've been observing Mars from my balcony for 3 years. Every year in the same month, the same week, I can see where Mars is, because this whole rotation goes around for 1 year. Now, according to him, the constellation is much bigger. It goes all around the new realm, let's call like this, his map of the flat Earth. So that means that that wheel would have to turn much faster. And that messes up the whole thing. If someone is on the one side of this moon map there to the other, they probably would notice that the wheel turns much faster than it would turn if the regular one like this. So, so I started paying more attention, heard that video a couple more times, and I don't know, I don't think this guy is, I don't know, I'm not ready to give up my distance map for any other projection. Especially, if you remember, I'm going to play here the part where he says where he got this information from.
An unforeseen circumstance arose that set me back on course. I stumbled through thick overgrowth and out into a moonlit clearing with a small lake. At this clearing, I met a mysterious figure named Sturgios. I told him I was lost, and he told me to come and look into the lake. He told me to watch the water. What did I see? He asked. Myself, I replied. My reflection rippling and glistening in the moonlight. Mirror, mirror. Look beyond yourself, he said. What do you see? And there it was, just as it had always been. Mirror, mirror, way up high. Mirror, mirror in the sky.
Alright, so take it with a grain of salt, everything he said, because there was a guy back in Brazil. 10 years ago, he went also to this forest, to these woods, and he met somebody who told him the shape of the earth. And that's this guy there, Urandir, and his convex earth, and below the extraterrestrial. So is Sturgios the Russian version of Bilu? So we don't know. So just take everything with a little bit salt in it, because that's how story is not really adding up. His polarities being beyond the equator, it just doesn't seem right. This is like a continuation from the one I made last week. I'm not sold on this version, on his version. I started looking at these more closely and seeing a lot of red flags. I don't know. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I am not sold on this one. I'm sticking with my Glistens map, and that's all I have for today. So guys, take care. Be careful with Bilu. He's out there telling stories. See you later, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.